What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Crash Blade Gaming. I'm your host Crash, and we are taking a look at the Zoroark VStar deck that made top 8 in the most recent regionals tournament that we saw. It's been a long time since I've actually played a top tier deck, so I thought, you know what? Why not start with Zoroark? My first video for Lost Origin was the Hisuian Zoroark, the baby form that gives you free KOs, which is awesome. So maybe like Zoroark even more. And this Zoroark does a ton of damage. We one-shot VMAX easily, we one-shot V-Stars really easily, and we just have to do a little bit of damage to ourselves, which works out perfectly. So yeah, let's just get into the question of the day. Okay, let's jump right into the Pokemon question of the day. We'll go over last video's question. The question was, this Pokemon has a huge yellowish ring on its belly. Who is this Pokemon? And if you were like the commenter Band Socks, you went ahead and guessed Ursaring. They got that big ol' yellow ring on their belly. I think it's one of the only Pokemon that has it. But anyways, congratulations to Band Socks. You once again have won the Pokemon question of the day. You got 3 points with the answer of this question, so I will be sending you a trade at some point. You will get it. Don't worry, I'll let you know in the comment section when I send it. But with that said, all the points have reset back down to 0. It is a new competition, so let's get some more participation in here, and somebody needs to beat Band Socks. So this video's question is, this moth-like Pokemon has been known to be worshipped as a fire deity. Who is this Pokemon? Go ahead and put your answer in the comment section down below. Remember, you have to be the first person to get an answer, the correct answer, to get yourselves a point, and you need 3 points to win. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the deck list. Well, like I said in the intro, we're looking at Hisuian. What am I saying? Oh my goodness. Let me just, we're looking at Hisuian Zoroark VStar. I'll get my proper voice going. This VStar has one attack called Ticking Curse for 2 energies, 2 colorless energies. It does 50 damage times the amount of damage counters, times the amount of damaged Pokemon we have on our bench. I am just screwing this up. We'll roll with it. So basically, if we have all 6 of our Pokemon damaged, this Pokemon is doing 300 damage. But we also are going to only be powering this up with double turbo energy, so let's just take it down a little bit. 280 damage is where we go for a normal, no modifications here, but we also have 2 choice belts that allows us to hit 310 damage, which knocks out some Pokemon VMAX. But to get everything, to hit everything in the format, we are playing a copy of Radiant Hawlucha. As long as this Pokemon's on the bench, our active Pokemons do 30 more damage to Pokemon VMAX, meaning we hit 340 damage. There are very few Pokemon VMAX with a Big Charm that can survive this attack. Not all, so there's that. If you do run into Big Charm, you just kind of two-shot them, deal with it. Anyways, Zoroark VStar also has the Phantom Star ability. Basically, it's a Professor's Research. We discard a hand and draw 7 cards. So basically, we can use Boss and Research in the same turn once per game with this VStar ability that Zoroark has, which is really cool. And the Zoroark V has an interesting attack called Void Return. It does 30 damage for 0 energies, and we just switch it with the Pokemon on your bench, which is really awesome. We're also playing 1 copy of Dunsparce, so we do not have any weakness. 1 copy of Oranguru. Oranguru is actually pretty crucial in this deck. It allows you to keep cards you need and discard cards you don't need. So I really like having it with that Primate Wisdom attack, being able to put being able to put a card from your hand on the top of your deck, and you draw the top card of your deck. Also, 2 copies of Crobat. We actually don't mind having Crobat on the bench too much. We need Pokemon that we can damage. This also helps us be a little bit speedy in setup as well. And then we have the absolute clutch card, Eldegoss V. You'll understand why I call this the clutch card when you watch the second match of this video. The Happy Match ability allows us to get a supporter card from the discard into our hand, which is absolutely crucial because sometimes you need to discard the supporter card you want. And it has the attack called Flood Up for the same cost as Zoroark's. It does 50 damage, and we get to shuffle this Pokemon and all attached cards into the deck, which is sometimes handy with a little bit of luck. We also have 1 copy of Diancie here. This helps in the early game sometimes when you're trying to set up your Zoroarks. You want to throw this in the active so the Zoroarks don't get bossed. Really helps the Mew matchup and things like that. That's the only reason Diancie's in here. And then the perfect partner for this deck is Gengar with the Netherworld Gate ability. So once during our turn, if this Pokemon is in the discard pile, we can put it onto the bench, and it puts 3 damage counters on the Pokemon. Our Pokemon need to be damaged so that we do more damage with Zoroark, so that is good, and it pairs really nicely with Damage Pump It allows us to move 2 damage counters from a Pokemon to any of our other Pokemon in any way we like. So, for example, if you have 2 Pokemon on the bench, a Gengar in your discard, you can bring back the Gengar with its Netherworld Gate ability, does 30 damage to it, and then you can use Damage Pump to move the 2 damage counters on Gengar to your 2 other Pokemon, and that gives you 3 Pokemon that are damaged. That's 150 damage for Zoroark, which is good. Also, 1 copy of Manaphy just to protect the bench. We do have a lot of Pokemon that can hit the bench in this format, so that's why that's in there. 2 Evil Incenses to help search out these Zoroark V-Stars, 4 Quick Ball, set up the deck, 4 Trekking Shoes just for that extra draw power, 4 Ultra Ball as well, just to help thin out the hand and thin cards we don't need and get cards we do need. And also 4 copies of Gape-Jaw Bog. Whenever we put a basic Pokemon into play, us or our opponent, it puts 2 damage counters on the opponent. It's just another way that we can get damage onto the bench Pokemon, so that Zoroark V-Star is hitting those high number of damage. 3 Boss's Orders. It's important to get Boss's Orders in this deck. You want to knock out the Pokemon that need to be knocked out, that are threats. That's why we play 3 copies. 1 copy of Cheren's Care. I haven't used Cheren's Care that much, but it's in here because 1, it's the list from the tournament that did top 8, so of course, but we can imagine why Cheren's Care is in here. If your opponent's Pokemon can only 2-shot Zoroarks, this is perfect to use against them. 4 Marnies because we want to be as disruptive as possible. 3 Professor's Research just to help draw through the deck. And 3 copies of Air Balloon because you will notice most of our Pokemon have a 2 retreat cost and we don't want them to get stuck in the active. We don't play any switches, so Air Balloon is the only way we can switch out our Pokemon from getting stuck in the active. But yeah, long explanation of the deck, but that's the deck. It's really good. I enjoy playing it. It's a top tier deck, so pick it up. It'll be in the description down below. And yeah, let's just watch the matches. Ooh, going up Vikavolt. They're going to shut off some items, so hopefully this turn I can get some items down. We do have a Quick Ball that we can get a Zoroark V with. Trekking Shoes. Thinking about Quick Balling away the Marnie because we do have our V-Star power, which is nice. But they might also be playing Path, which means they might Path me in my second or first turn. So it'll be a little risky if I get rid of our Marnie. We'll see what we top deck. Maybe I can Quick Ball that away. But I'm looking forward to taking some easier KOs since we're not going up against a VMAX here. Shouldn't be too hard to get Zoroark KOs here. This could be Vikavolt with Ludicolo, so we have to be careful about that. That Super Zap Cannon can one-shot our Zoroark. There's a Scoop Up Net and a Boss. Glad we don't see that. I need to turn off that. Ugh. I had my sound on. I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but if you did, you heard a little bit of the background. That's okay. Hopefully it wasn't too loud. Greninja getting rid of a Water Energy. They could Melanie to Vikavolt next turn. Choice Belt is fine. They can't KO our Dunsparce unless they put down a Zapdos. Okay. Another Quick Ball. Let's go ahead and play Trekking Shoes. We don't need Radiant Hawlucha this matchup. Crobat's interesting. I could use Crobat to help set up, but then again, let's see if I... Should I put Crobat in play? It's an easy boss target for our opponent. We want them to go through our Zoroarks. I think I'm gonna... tough choices I have. Tough choices I have. We could also Marnie our opponents. They're not doing much though. I don't think I want to Marnie. We're gonna Quick Ball away. I could be playing Crushing Hammers too. This is a really hard choice for me, to be honest. I think we're gonna... No, I think we're gonna Marnie this turn, so we're gonna Quick Ball away the Quick Ball. Go ahead and grab Zoroark. Diancie's here, Oranguru's here. Zoroarks. We prized 1 Gengar, so we have to keep that in mind. We also prized 1 Zoroark, that's okay. Play the Zoroark, play the energy. I'm really hesitant to play Crobat. We don't need to. But I want to. So I'm going to. Play the Crobat. 3 cards. Air Balloon's good. We can get an early hit on the Vikavolt. Save the Dunsparce for now. Do I care about saving Dunsparce though? Not really. So maybe I shouldn't have played the Crobat after all. I can Ultra Ball away these two actually. That'll get me Oranguru. I like getting Oranguru here. I can guarantee myself the V-Star with Primate Wisdom by putting the V-Star on top. And let's Marnie. I don't want to play any more Pokemon now because now I'm going to have to rely on Gengar plus Damage Pump. There's Gengar. That's actually really good to get into the discard next turn. Let's play the Trekking Shoes now. No, we don't need an Ultra Ball. Cheren's Care is fine. Let's Ultra Ball away Gengar plus Cheren's Care. Keep the boss around. And grab another Zoroark. Play that. And pass. Next turn, hopefully we can use our V-Star ability. That way I can hopefully get into a damage pump so I can move around some of these some of the damage counters. I didn't get to play my Gapejaw Bog to get some damage on the bench. So that's going to be the main ways to get damage with Gengar. And damage pumps. Damage pumps are going to help too because, oh well, actually, I may have misplayed a lot here. Paralyzing Bolt means I can't use damage pumps. I didn't think about that. Crud. I didn't think about damage pump not being able to be played. They boss up my Zoroark, that's fine. They need an energy to be able to hit me here. We're actually not going to be doing that much damage too. That Zigzagoon would have been good if they could have pinged one of my bench Pokemon. So we'll see what happens. They could have a Melanie. Now they played a boss already. They did conceal cards away one energy. They could have another in their hand. Quick ball for another Vikavolt. Ugh, I think I may have misplayed a bunch here. I should have waited for Gapejaw Bog to play the rest of my Pokemon down. Because if they get that Paralyzing Bolt, I have no way. Oh, they missed the Paralyzing Bolt. Okay. Let's go Zoroark then. Let's bring back Gengar. We're going to Oranguru the boss back on top of the deck. We get a research. I didn't want to boss anything, so research here is actually pretty good. We'll go ahead and do that. We know that they don't have energy to attack. We're trying to get damage pump. We do. We also get Gapejaw Bog, so let's just replace the stadium. Let's do damage pump. Let's put a counter here and a counter here. Say done. So now we're doing 150 damage, not quite enough to get the KO. Put an air balloon here. And then we can just go ahead and do Tricking Curse. Hit for 150. There's no point for 130, sorry. There was no point for me to get another damage pump because it wouldn't spread out any damage. But the fact that I was able to do that really helps. So now I have a boss's orders to KO this Vikavolt. They can hit my Hisuian Zoroark and we gotta start setting up another. They do Melanie to him. They attach a speed energy to the bench. So this sets up a super Zap Cannon for our opponent next turn. As long as they find another lightning energy for Vikavolt here. They can super Zap Cannon my Zoroark next turn. We're going to Marnie them though. It would be nice to be able to use another damage pump here to increase our damage output, but they just increased it to 200. Evolution Incense I can't play, bummer. I'm not going to Primate Wisdom anything just yet. We're going to Marnie. I actually don't want any of those cards right now. Double Turbo Energy is good, though there is no V-Star. So let's Primate Wisdom, Research on top. See if we hit a V-Star. We don't. We just hit another Double Turbo. we can play that there, and we can just do another Trekking Curse to get the KO. We're doing 180 damage now. Fortunately, I can't play a Choice Belt, which is a bummer. It'd be nice to play Choice Belt because now I do have one-shot potential on all their Pokemon Vs. They did item lock me though, so I might have a tough time finding another Zoroark V. That's okay. Here comes another Paralyzing Bolt. If they get Melanie, they can use a Super Zap Cannon and take the KO. If not, we're going to be in a pretty commanding position. There's a Marnie. I really like the Marnie here. I have a Research on top and 4 other cards to possibly 3 other cards, sorry, to possibly find the V Star. Ooh, do have to get rid of 2 damage pumps and a air balloon here. That's okay. Opponent's down to 10 cards. They must be digging for that Melanie. We've already seen them play 1. They should have 2 more, or at least 3 more. I'd imagine this deck plays a lot of Melanie. All they do is Paralyzing Bolt here. Cape Jog Bog is good. Let's bump their stadium. Let's go ahead and Primate Wisdom one of these damage pumps, because next turn we'll be able to use it. And Research. Need to find the other Zoroark V Star. There it is. There's the V Star that we needed. Perfect. And we can go ahead and use a Ticking Curse. If we were able to play items, we would have had a knockout. If I had Cape Jog Bog earlier in the matches, definitely would have had knockouts. But that's okay. We only have 110 HP left. Paralyzing Bolt is doing 70 damage, so they still can't KO me. They need a Choice Belt and a Zigzagoon to get the KO. And they don't really have a backup attacker established either. They might want to start powering up the Radiant Greninja. There's a Melanie. They could go for Super Zap Cannon to actually get the KO. That activates my items though. How many damage pumps are we down? 3. I have the last one in my hand. So we're going to have to Oranguru that damage pump on top of the deck here. Unless we top deck the other Gengar. Since we're going to lose a Zoroark. So if our opponent was able to item lock us turn 2, this would have been a much different matchup. Because I don't think I would have been able to get Gengar out. Yeah. I don't think Gengar was in our discard just yet. But thankfully we had a little bit of luck on our side. And I think we're going to pull through here. Our opponent's thinking about what to do. They either Paralyzing Bolt me and get KO'd, or they Super Zap Cannon me and still get KO'd. But at least they'll take 2 prizes. They did play Melanie, so we don't have to worry about a boss or Marnie. I have everything I need in my hand. They're putting back in 2 Vikavolt. They discarded 1 earlier, so they must only be playing 3. I do love me some Vikavolts. They just had if they had that turn 2 Paralyzing Bolt, I think they would have been in control of this matchup. And they do Super Zap Cannon. They take the KO here. They're going to get 2 prizes. We'll come up with our other Zoroark and get a KO. But we are going to be able to use our items now and be able to maximize our damage output, so that we can start one-shotting everything. So let's go ahead and Ultra Ball away Gape Jaw and V-Star. That grabs us our final Gengar. We can put Damage Pump into the top of the deck. Attach Choice Belt, Research. That gives us Damage Pump. Gengar. Come on back. Netherworld Gate. Damage Pump. Move this to here and here. Everybody has damage counters. Let's go ahead and Trekking Shoes. Nope, don't need a Marnie. Boss is perfect. We'll keep it like that. Ticking Curse. Take the KO. We're doing 310 damage. There is no Pokemon that can survive. We have Boss in hand. We don't have another backup attacker. We do have a way to switch. We do have double turbo energy in hand as well. So if they do try to boss stall us, we're okay. But they can get Vikavolt going. All they need is Melanie plus Lightning Energy. We've only seen them play 2 Melanies. Oh, they do play Drapion. Uh-oh. They can paralyze me here. I need to find a switch then. Uh-oh. That's not good. We don't have a backup attacker. They might actually pull through. Oh, no! Oh, no. They might actually pull through here. We don't have a backup attacker set up because I played the Gengar. I didn't actually... Since I had the Gate Bell Bog, I could have played the Zoroark here, but I didn't. And maybe that was the play I should have done. I forgot to count for Drapion VStar. So now we're paralyzed and poisoned. We're going to get Paralyzing Bolt, so we're not even going to be able to use the switch that we have in the deck. And they're going to get a KO next turn. We can try to boss stall. They're down a lot of cards. Scoop up net. 2 switches. They might not have another switch. We can boss up the Drapion VStar. Hope for the best. We take 30 poison damage. We can't do anything else. If they have a switch, they're going to KO our Zoroark. And if they have boss, we're going to lose here. They do have another switch. How many bosses have we seen? We've seen them play 2 bosses. 3 Melanies, 1 Marnie. This is going to be a little tricky. We're going to have to give them Oranguru. How many double turbos do I have left? 2. I have 1 double turbo in the deck, possibly. Do you think they play 4 switch? Could they be playing 4 switch? I don't know. But that Drapion V-Star was clutch. I'm going to tell you that. That was clutch for our opponent. We still have Marnie and we still have another Zoroark V, so we're doing okay. They have to... Let's see. Paralyzing Bolt does 70 plus... They do have to use Super Zap Cannon, which is good for us. They can't use Super Zap Cannon, which is good for us. They're going to go after Oranguru, but that's not going to be it. They didn't have another Electric Energy. I was freaking out too much. We have the retreat, and now we have the Ticking Curse KO. I didn't even see that they didn't have the energy. We went ahead and pulled it off there. Got a little scary at the end, but we got the dub there. Let's keep on moving. Oh, a Miltank. Oh no, I don't think this deck has a way to deal with Miltank. Oh, bummer. I'm going to have to see. I'm going to have to look at what I got to deal with Miltank here. They do put an air balloon on. Let's see if they recognize that I don't have a way to deal with it. This seems like... I think this is going to be the Crobat poison deck kind of thing. They go into coughing. They can't use Ascension just yet. So that's interesting for us. We do have Gape Jaw Bog, so that's good. I can Quick Ball. Actually, let's Trekking Shoes first. Yeah, we're going to draw that. I don't want to discard it. But we're going to Quick Ball away a Marnie. There's legit no way for us to deal with Miltank. We have no way to deal with Miltank here. So that's going to be very, very tricky. We can go Diancie here, because we will be able to do the Void Return. Let's do that. Let's Choice Belt. Let's Marnie our opponent. Maybe that helps them. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But we do want to find other things. Let's go ahead and throw this Trekking Shoes. Don't need Manaphy. Evo Incense is good for next turn. Let's just go ahead and Void Return. Go into Diancie. Don't mind if Diancie gets poisoned. I think, does it KO? 2 more damage counters, so 5 damage counters. I don't think Diancie technically gets KO'd. But they can't boss the Zoroark. All our opponent realistically has to do is realize that they just have to put Miltank up front and nothing else, and we'll lose. So There's no way for this deck to deal with Miltank. Which is, you know, part of the problems. But that's okay. We marked them right into Wheezing, so they don't actually have to use Ascension, which is a little bit of a bummer. Okay, so it's 6 damage counters. They did put down a Crobat, so we do have to be careful with our boss's orders. So that's good that we see Crobat. They do Galar Mine. I still have another Bajuka Bog. Okay, so there's 4 prizes. We need 6 prizes on the board. 1 with Wheezing, another with Hisuian Sneasler. We do have to KO that Crobat before it can do anything. Before it gets into the VMAX. I am going to have to lose a boss, though. The 4 damage counters plus the 2. Diancie doesn't get knocked out just yet. Another Bajuka Bog. Gapejaw Bog. Let's put that there. Let's Evo Incense. So here's what we can do. I can grab Zoroark. I can boss the Crobat. Ultra Ball away those. Go get Crobat. Draw 6. Hopefully we hit an energy. We do need one of those. We don't. That's okay. We got Oranguru. That's good. Let's go Oranguru. Let's Trekking Shoes. No, we don't want research right now. We want not that either. We can Ultra Ball away these 2. Eldegoss is actually really good for us to have. Radiant Hawlucha, don't need it just yet. So we'll just get another Zoroark. Let's Primate Wisdom the boss's orders on top. Oh, we get another boss. And then Phantom Star, we need Air Balloon plus energy. We only get energy. Bummer. We only got energy. That's not good. Not good at all. Let's Quick Ball away Gengar. Say done. Double Turbo Energy there. And let's bring back one of these Gengars because I'm going to have to throw it into the active when Diancie goes down. Say done. Diancie gets poisoned, goes away. And then I have to put Gengar in the active. If we had hit an Air Balloon, we would have taken a KO on this Crobat. So now I have to get Radiant Hawlucha out. Unless this... Oh, it only has 300. No, I don't need Radiant Hawlucha. Just kidding. I just need a damage pump. Unfortunately, though, we don't have much left in terms of supporters here. There's a Pierce from our opponent that can get them another Crobat plus energy. Just a Crobat this time. They did attach energy to Crobat VMAX, who can use Stealth Poison to go into Wheezing or Miltank. And I think we just lose the matchup from here. It was unfortunate that we didn't get into the Air Balloon to take the KO, because now I'm going to have to waste another boss's orders and eventually have to get Eldegoss down to get this to work. We are also in top deck mode. Stealth Poison. That takes out our Gengar, but that's fine. Gengars can come back. We are not worried about that. They do go into Miltank, which is also fine. We have boss in hand. Just need to get a damage pump. Okay. So we are quick balling away the Ultra Ball. I don't think I need Radiant Hawlucha. Let's get Eldegoss. And then let's bring back Gengar. We could still win this. Okay. Let's go Eldegoss. Get back a boss. They don't know I have boss in hand. Touch the energy here. Boss the Crobat. Primate Wisdom this boss on top. Another Choice Belt's good. Damage Pump will move from you to you and you. And then we Ticking Curse. Get the KO. We get 3 prizes. Hopefully one is a way to get a Zoroark VStar. That's not. That's not. And that is Zoroark VStar. Okay. We are set, folks. If we don't get Marnied, and even if we do get Marnied, we still have a chance to get a Zoroark VStar. And woo! Woo! They just need to evolve the Crobat on the bench into a Crobat VMAX. I only have one boss left, and it's on top of the deck. They are charging up their Miltank. We do get Marnie. That Marnies us into boss, though. It might Marnie us into another Zoroark VStar. We have 2 more in the deck. Okay, we're still there. We still have it. They just need to evolve the Crobat. Now the question is, will they do it? Will they evolve their Crobats? If I played Psychic Energy, I could have used Screaming Circle. Okay, let's go ahead and evolve here. Also going to Primate Wisdom the boss back on top of the deck. Okay. I'm just taking Curse. We're hoping... Like, we didn't play Boss's Orders. Because we could have bossed around Miltank, right? So there's that. They Marnie us again, that's fine. That's fine. Boss is on top of the deck. We do lose our Cheren's Care, which might have actually been good for the Zoroark. Depending on how much it hits. Boss is on top of the deck. We also have Damage Pump to move the damage counters around. 110. They can't KO me next turn. Choose Damage Pump. Just move him on to Gengar. We're waiting. Let me check the deck here. Let's Quick Ball away the Ultra Ball. Okay, I have actually 2 ways to win. Okay. Okay. Let's just pull out Zoroark. Just a thin. Okay, here's my thinking. They have to take 2 more prizes. Let's Oranguru boss. No. Marnie on top, I guess. We're gonna boss this turn. Air Balloon seems good. Let's just put that on Oranguru. So I can boss up the Crobat. And then at some point I need to play Eldegoss and get Eldegoss back. Actually, it's best to boss up the Weezing. Boss up the Weezing. Take the KO on Weezing. And now I need to find double Turbo Energy. Damage Pump. Now I need to find double Turbo Energy so I can attach it to Eldegoss so I can bring back up the Eldegoss to get back into the boss's orders so that I can win. Unfortunately, I had to use the boss's orders earlier, which is a bummer. There's a Marnie. So we're going to go ahead and Marnie these cards to the bottom. We knew we were going to draw Marnie. There's double Turbo Energy. That's what we needed. I think I play the Evo Incense, pull out Zoroark VStar. That thins the deck. Give Eldegoss the double Turbo Energy. Oh, I can't retreat yet, can I? Trekking Shoes. I didn't check the deck to see if I had any more Gape Jog Bogs. Do I have any more? Oh! I don't. Zoroark's gonna go down, though. This is gonna be tough. So Zoroark's gonna go down. The threat for them now is the Eldegoss. A Dark Patch to the Crobat. If they put... Well, if they use Stealth Poison, it doesn't matter. I need Eldegoss to come back, so I can research next turn. Put Eldegoss back into the deck, and then draw into a boss at some point. I'll need to have Damage Pump too, so hopefully I don't top deck Damage Pump. I can just put it back with Oranguru. I think I see my path to victory. We shall find out. All they need, theoretically, is a boss, because they can use Crobat V Max. There's an air balloon. I can bring back Gengar if I wanted to. Air balloon there, research. Okay. Do I play down? I don't play down anything, right? Because I want the bench space for Gengars. I have Damage Pump in hand. Double Turbo Energies in hand. Don't need it. So we float up. Promote Gengar. If we top deck Eldegoss, we win. There's the boss. Ah, it's going after Crobat. No! I can't Cheren's care of the Crobat. I don't need to Cheren's care of the Crobat. We top deck Eldegoss. Okay. We have Damage Pump. Eldegoss, boss's orders. Double Turbo Energy. Retreat. Play you down. Damage Pump. Move that to there and there. Say done. Boss up the Crobat. And we were still able to get around Miltank. And we'll take that win. That was a stressful game for me. I had to think so hard. But we pulled it off. That's the power of this Zoroark deck. Yeah, that was good. Alright, you saw the power of Zoroark VStar there, being able to get over that Miltank. And just completely running the floor with these easy kills. We even beat Vikavolt, which kind of shuts down the deck if you think about it. Not being able to use damage pumps and not getting that Gape Jug Ball early in the match really made me sweat my pants there. Actually, both these matches were really stressful for me. I had to think so hard. But anyways, we got through them. We got the dubs. Thanks for sticking around to the end, and we'll see you next time on Crossblade Gaming.